Okay, no, that's good. Thank you so much. I appreciate your interest in the book and excited to answer your questions. It's exciting to know that people in Iran will be able to think about these ideas and hopefully understand their brain even better. Our brain is the same the world over. In fact, for thousands of years, we all have the same brain everywhere in the world. Culture is important, but brains go much deeper than culture in many ways. So excited to share some research.
So thank you for your time. If you are agree, I'm going to start the questions.
Great.
Yes. My first question is, would you please introduce your book to the Persian audiences who don't know anything about it?
Sure. So Your Brain at Work is a story about your brain at work, literally. It's a story about your brain when you're trying to do work, written as a story over one day for two characters. And I wrote it as a story because I realized from the research that the brain thinks most easily in stories. We process information most naturally in terms of people interacting in space and time. And so I wanted to explain the most complex thing in the universe, the brain, in a way that the brain would process most easily. So I wrote it as a story, and it's a story for two main characters who are husband and wife and their kids as they go through work. And the book follows their journey through the day. And what happens is the story anchors on one main character each chapter. And the character has some kind of challenge that they kind of don't do well at. Like they get overly anxious about something and make a mistake. So each chapter has a challenge that one of the characters experiences. And then you hear from neuroscientists about what was going on in their brain. And to write the book, I interviewed over 30 leading neuroscientists about the different components that happen in the brain during work and added my own insights in as well. And so you hear about the challenge, you hear about what's going on in their brain, and then you actually get what I call a take two, like a second take at the end of each chapter, showing what would have happened if that character had understood their brain and how different that whole situation would have gone. And so the book kind of builds like this, and you see all these different sort of pathways as to people's journey, these two characters' journey through the day. So it's a bit like the movie Sliding Doors in a way that had these sort of different realities. It's a little bit like one of those TV shows where you're hearing from experts suddenly about people's dress or people's appearance. But it's really about their brain. So the fun thing is you're getting to sort of watch people and see what happens in their brain and see how they could do better if they understood it.
Yes, and let me give you a feedback because I have read the book and my experience was like reading a novel, which is very funny, and at the same time I was learning new thing, and I guess this is a really good way to teach people.